you are new here, welcome. For those returning, I apologize for not being on here for a long while. I am removing all past content from this channel. My energy has shifted and I will align new material with higher levels of wisdom going forward. In this episode, I will explain what happened that stopped my content creation. You are the creator of your reality. I have been aware of this for some time now, observing myself, observing the character I was being, what I was tolerating from people, yet not reacting to their behavior towards me, which was not the person I knew myself to be. In this state, I could see the person in front of me playing out a role. They were demonstrating aspects of me from past interactions, aspects of my mother, aspects of my father. It was like a dream that I did not understand. One day, I was given a knowing that I was walking through the Hall of Mirrors. Even that at that time was unclear what that represented. Now I know this to be the life review while incarnated. This is the path to self-realization and the true awakening process back to the I am embodiment. Our consciousness is reflective. The people that you are surrounded by daily, they have an old reflection of you. It was only when I relocated and removed all the familiar connections was I able to see the recent mirror reflection of who I had become. This reflection was not familiar. As I interacted with it, I had to acknowledge I did that. At the time I did that thing to that person, it was out of protection, love, and kindness, yet that thing that was being done to me felt intrusive, controlling, and demoralizing. I had to shift that behavior immediately and apologize. I had no idea that there was the possibility that those actions could make someone feel that way. I was able to perceive more things inside my reality than others around me could see. There is no amount of explaining that could help anyone understand you. They literally live in an isolated bubble of their own mind that projects out into their bubble or their reality. I wanted to see more. I was having a bit of a crisis at the time, and I called out to my spirit, which I rarely did, and asked, why was this happening? And it said, know thyself. I had spent 6 years devoted to this journey with many ups and downs. I no longer recognized not only the character that I was being, but the authentic self. My soul was muted. I was guided towards people and still unable to fully name the pattern. In 2024, I requested for a new mirror. He was not what I was expecting. He had all the core templates I embodied. I was just unaware of it at the time. He was a consciousness stream, not manifest into form, not evil, created for me to see me at my request. I was not aware of this until 2026, and I will share more on that later. I was in the 5D frequency at the time. I embodied peace, calm, and love. And I mastered at that point emotional neutrality. This person rocked every aspect of my being. He was a narcissist, not in a clinical sense, a pattern that emerged from his deep survival tendencies from childhood patterns. I endured his suffocating behavior for over 4 months. My intuition was screaming to run. There was something fake about him. He brought up so much anger and crossed so many lines, and I allowed it all, ignoring my intuition repeatedly to just see the patterns. I was getting lost in the story. He was slowly draining my energy in all areas of my life. I did not understand this. How was he doing this? He stressed my system so bad my nervous system collapsed. All my years of calibrating my body for the I am embodiment, I thought was destroyed. I had a pity party for myself. None of my calming techniques were working. I could not regulate myself at all. I asked why I had to endure that, and Spirit's only words to me were, you know. At that moment, I did not. I got lost in the story. I got lost in the potential relationship. I lost focus on the patterns. My mind was not solid. I had no memories, no thoughts from day to day, no idea from 1 minute to the next on how this person was gaslighting me and manipulating me to the point of all my desires being erased. I abruptly was shown things, and in August of 2024, I was forced to walk away. I had had enough. I disconnected all media outlets, blocked all phone calls, and went dark. For months afterwards, I had to dig for the patterns. My subconscious was protecting me from seeing the truth. I learned regression therapy and hypnosis to get the information buried deep within me. In January of 2025, a new Instagram appeared. That man was back. Why? My nervous system was finally stable. Did I really want to engage with him? I had to. It was an initiation. I realized I could engage with him without feeling hostility. I needed to forgive it all, and I did. This is when I was offered atonement. The memory loss I will save for another episode. This is a big topic, as well as the concept of soul loss. There is no such thing. Piece by piece, I was gathering fragments of myself back, backing into relationships, looking for common patterns. I did not know how to name things. I did not know what questions to ask myself until I did. It took me over 7 months of journaling daily, finding the patterns in it all, finding the root and releasing things one by one and reclaiming back my true self, releasing all the false identities. I asked Spirit to see myself again, and on January 9th, 2026, a new Instagram appeared. That man was back again. He friended me, but did not approach. I was reluctant to engage, but I did. I saw shifts in myself and in his behavior mirrored back to me. My new state of being, along with some of the old patterns that were clearly his. He started to loop in the patterns that caused my nervous system to collapse, and I did not flinch. This person at the time I engaged with, he had a narrative of being overseas in the military. He was somewhere, I think in Africa, I don't even remember. This person's profile picture at this new current moment in time had him at a surgeon's conference in South America at the very same time that we were speaking in 2024. When I questioned it and I received nonsense, it was a mistake. When I took a screenshot of the Instagram profile, that person was not even in the picture. The screen was the tree of life, consciousness humor. I saw what I needed to see and I stopped placing my awareness there, and the profile disappeared. It completely dissolved away. In July 2026, he appeared again. This was an echo, a final kick of the old timeline saying goodbye. I released it back to the field and it dissolved away. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. It only took 1.5 years to start to get back all the aspects of where I was. The truth is, nothing can be destroyed. Yes, my spiritual gifts went offline. I felt something being ripped out of me at the time, and I was unclear what that was. We have 20 energy seals, and some of mine closed. They're frequency gates. The ones that govern my gifts went offline so that I could restabilize. My nervous system has released the stress and the anger from that situation. I have recoded my energy field and returned back to the embodied coherence state that I was in. I have a 2-tier course on school that will guide people into the steps needed to embody and unlock these frequency seals. You can find the link in the description if you feel called to join.